Hello and welcome to another edition of National Focus. I'm Mervin. Coming up, Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit announces plans for the construction of an indoor sporting facility. The Girardel Eggleston Flower Show and Market Fair was officially opened in Girardel last weekend, and the Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry will host an Agri-Forest Festival later this month. Details of these and other stories right after the break.
The black Sikatuka fungus can survive on banana and plantain leaves even after they have been cut from the tree. Farmers and hucksters are encouraged to use alternate cushioning material when moving produce from farm to the market. Do not use banana and plantain leaves as cushioning. It is against the law to move banana and plantain trash from the field. Obey the law and stop the spread of black Sikatuka today.
Welcome back. Time now for the details of the news. Leader of the Dominica Labour Party, Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, has announced plans for the construction of an indoor sporting facility. The Dominica leader made the announcement as he addressed thousands of DLP supporters at the Labour is the Change Labour Katwavai rally in St. Joseph on Monday.
Preliminary studies have been conducted and designs mapped out for the construction of a state-of-the-art indoor sporting facility seating no less than 3,000 persons.
Monday's rally provided an opportunity for the DLP supporters to be brought up to date on recent developments in the country as well as proposed plans by the current administration. The DLP supporters were also informed about government's plans for the construction of an international airport in Dominica.
I have not said much about an international airport before, but since we are on that topic, let me say here and now that we have been having very in-depth discussions with a team of private developers out of China who are proposing the popular build, own, operate and transfer option for the construction of an international airport in Dominica.
In more news, Minister for Agriculture Honorable Matthew Walter has dismissed claims by the opposition that nothing is happening within the agricultural sector. Honorable Matthew Walter, who is also parliamentary representative for the Paybush constituency, was addressing the DLP rally in St. Joseph. The Agriculture Minister noted some of the significant investments made in agriculture by the current administration.
This government has invested millions of dollars in the agricultural sector. No other government in the history of this country has invested so much resources in agriculture. You know, we have embarking on a coffee plant, 13 million EC dollars, on an abattoir, 10 million EC dollars. We are also embarking in joint venture with the Chinese, the Dominica China Modern Agricultural Center, and there is an investment of over $15 million.
Minister for Social Services Honorable Gloria Shillingford says government's Yes We Care program has had a positive impact on the lives of scores of the island's senior citizens. The minister, who is also parliamentary representative for the Wesley constituency, gave details of the program during her address at the DLP rally in St. Joseph on Monday.
Let us raise our hands for the Yes We Care program. You look at the television and you see how the persons, ladies and gentlemen, who are able to be under the Yes We Care program, the gratitude they show to this government.
GIS News will bring you more details of Monday's rally, including a full report in Wednesday's newscast. In more news, on Saturday, May 3rd, the Girardel Eggleston Flower Show and the Market Fair was officially opened in Girardel. Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit and his family were part of a brief ceremony which served to welcome and inform patrons of this year's show held under the theme Creativity with Flowers.
Flowers say the sweetest thing in a language that is universal and understood by all. Let me say that the flower show, when initiated, was meant to bring out the culture of our community, to show that dignity in agriculture which was declining, and more importantly, economic activity designed to raise funds for community projects, as well as for individuals to make some money in the market section.
Organizers say significant youth involvement was a highlight of the event. Even the theme came from young Tariq Richards, who was awarded for his creativity. Culture Minister Honorable Justina Charles, who declared the show officially open, remarked that the theme goes directly to the heart of the flower show experience.
Over the years, persons visiting the flower show are captivated by the intricate floral arrangement and the beauty of it all. The flower show demonstrates what we can do with flowers, the creative possibility and talents, from the simple bouquet to a quite complex arrangement. And I'm certain we will be seeing all of those this morning. The Girondel Eggleston Flower Show is indeed a celebration of our floriculture. I must extend congratulations to the flower show organizers for their dedication and commitment to this flower show. The flower show cements the reputation of the Girondel and Eggleston communities as the floral capital of Dominica.
Honorable Charles also commended the young people for their involvement in the show's longevity. Honorable Ambrose George, who is parliamentary representative for Roseau South, noted the dedication of the Girondel and Eggleston people who, despite the challenges, have managed to persevere to put on the flower show this year.
Because we know that you have been encountering some difficulties in terms of participation at the flower show. But there is a group of persons who are very dedicated to the cause, and they have, over the years, continued to demonstrate that coming together, that ability to do things together and to ensure that it is done successfully. And I really want to commend the group as well as the residents of Girondel and Eggleston who have come forward this year to ensure that we have a successful flower show. I do not want to anticipate what is to be shown. I've not seen it yet, but certainly I know, based on our standards in the past, that we should expect a very fine presentation this morning in terms of the talent and the creativity of the people of Eggleston and Girondel.
The Deputy Chairman of the Girondel Eggleston Village Council, Harold St. Rose, was happy to see the show's second consecutive staging this year after 9 years of dormancy. St. Rose also stated that the access to the show's permanent home remains a challenge for organizers. Honorable Ambrose George responded to the council's concern with a promise.
I want to inform you, sir, that the estimates for the roads have been concluded. In fact, we have designated the Village Council of Girondel to undertake the construction and rehabilitation of the section of that road, the back road, from the chapel up to the cemetery. The estimated cost is $150,000, and I want to give you the guarantee and the assurance that within the next few months that we will have that road constructed properly. We have also done the estimates for the Lillet to Gourmet Road. That again is a road we consider to be very important as a bypass, as a link road in and out of the village, and we certainly, when the funds are available, will attend to that very important road.
The Girondel Eggleston Flower Show was inaugurated in 1973. Last week, Dominica hosted a two-day consultation with stakeholders to improve the legislative framework for implementing the CSM regimes, which will allow for free movement of individuals and goods across CARICOM member states. Members of the public sector attended Day 1 on May 1st, while Day 2 was scheduled for individuals of the private sector, during which they participated in a consultancy to create a draft model legislation for CSM regimes. Dominica's ambassador to the CARICOM and the OECS, His Excellency Felix Gregoire, stated that the organization has made a concerted effort to work with the private sector to achieve its objectives.
CARICOM is actually making a very concerted effort to work with the private sector, because all the arrangements with respect to the CSM, if the private sector doesn't take advantage of those arrangements, then we will not meet our objectives. So CARICOM is putting a lot of emphasis on that. And at the last quoted meeting, CARICOM took or discuss the whole idea of involving the private sector in discussions to do with the CSME and implementation of these decisions.
The consultancy also focused on how the draft CARICOM Community Bill 2014 could be improved. Some of the topics discussed were the right of establishment, the right to provide a service, the right to move capital, and the right of CARICOM nationals to move. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Employment and Foreign Affairs, Karen Prevost, in her remarks, noted that there is a lot more work to be done in implementing these regimes.
The bill that we are looking at will repeal and replace the existing legal framework which failed to implement the treaty comprehensively. So we have really heard the complaints that have been brought across throughout the region, and this consultancy really aims to look at the bill in its entirety and look at how the deficiencies can be addressed.
A progress report from Dominica from a previous consultancy in June of 2013 has already been submitted to CARICOM, as well as an analysis of the insufficiencies of the legislative, regulatory, and institutional landscape. At the end of that consultancy, draft legislatives were reviewed and presented, which is expected to create greater harmonization in the legal framework and institutional and administrative arrangements of the CSME. Dominica is one of the first countries where these consultations have been carried out. In more news, the Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry will from May 12 to 16, 2014 officially launch an agri-forestry festival to highlight the positive aspects of the agriculture sector in Dominica and showcase the hard work of farmers across the country. This was announced at a press briefing on Friday, May 2nd, where Minister for Agriculture Matthew Waltz expressed that the festival will emphasize the potential of agriculture to contribute significantly to the socio-economic landscape of the country.
We'll be showcasing all the stakeholders that have been partnering with us to make it happen. We'll be showcasing the agro processors, what they have been doing over the years to be able to transform raw materials to value-added goods and to process manufactured goods, thus creating employment, reducing poverty, and making life better for every single Dominican in this country.
The first ever event of its kind in Dominica will be hosted under the theme Agriculture and Forestry, Our Sustainable Future. The Director of Agriculture, Ricky Bruman, provided insight into the week of activities.
One of the flagship activities would be an exposition that would highlight the work done by farmers of the country, the work done by agro-processors of the country, and other personnel that, of course, are key collaborators, like the CADIs and the AICAs, that have contributed significantly to agricultural development for Dominica. Importantly, too, there will be showcased not only crops and probably aspects of flora, but also fauna. And we will be looking towards our own domesticated animals being showcased as well, because this is important to our food security, national food security. And we would be showcasing these animals, as well as from the forestry standpoint, some of our wildlife that becomes part of our, is part of our ecosystems and biodiversity.
Another key element of the celebrations will be to educate farmers and youth alike on the importance of agriculture and provide a platform where they can voice their opinions and concerns.
Two other areas that is most important as well will be a farmers forum and, of course, a youth forum. Those are key. Without farmers and without farms, we have no food. And of course, without youth, the term sustainable in the theme is not going to happen. Youth itself indicates sustainability. And so it will be an opportunity for the farmers and the youth to not only listen, but also talk to us and tell us the perceptions, the notions, the expectations, how they see their role as well, into helping to shape, as we move forward, that very agriculture that the minister is talking about. It will be a good 2 days for them. By experience, we know the farmers and the youth, of course, have a clear notion of how they perceive agriculture and how they perceive their role and the challenges as well, and how we, in providing the leadership from the ministry to ensure that this partnership happens for them to do their work in a more effective manner as farmers, and also to provide the opportunities for the youth and the young farmers of this country as well as we move forward.
As part of the week-long activities, a forestry extension team will be conducting sessions at various schools on Tuesday, the 13th, 2014.
We will also be going into schools as an extension team, as a forestry extension team as well, to highlight into the many students around the country the importance of careers in agriculture, in ensuring that the sector becomes more innovative, more science-oriented, more technologically savvy. We are going to showcase to them the gamut of career paths that students can, of course, pursue from forestry as well as agriculture, moving into the future.
The festival's activities will culminate with an awards ceremony on Friday, May 16, to note the importance and significant contributions of key players in the agriculture sector. In related news, on Friday, the Honorable Agriculture Minister Matthew Walter announced that the multi-million-dollar Modern Agriculture Center in Dominica will be officially opened during the Ministry's Agriculture and Forestry Festival. The festival, which begins on May 12, is set to highlight the tremendous impact of the agri-community to Dominica's economy.
During this activity, we are going to formally or officially declare, the Dominica Chinese Modern Agricultural Center open. Okay, this is a beautiful center. It is a multi-million-dollar center, which also is going to be a significant addition, okay, to the objective or to the goal that we have set for ourselves.
The Chinese-funded facility, constructed at 1 mile in Portsmouth, is set to improve Dominica's agriculture sector, as it will serve many purposes, including the training of farmers and used as a propagation area for different types of plants. The new agricultural station will be equipped with a number of state-of-the-art agricultural equipment and technology, which will be available for use by the island's farmers. The Honorable Minister thanked the government and the People's Republic of China for their support towards the growth of the island's agricultural industry.
I need to thank tremendously, profusely, the Chinese government, for making available, this very essential initiative, that would contribute to food security and economic development.
Minister Walter noted that the construction of a tissue culture facility will also be constructed in the north of the island by the Chinese Agriculture Mission. This project came about when the former station, which was located in Hillsborough, was severely damaged in 2011 by flooding. And that's the news. Your tip of the day is next.
You asked for it. See more evidence of development right here on the Government Information.
Daily exercise does not have to feel like a burden. It can be as simple as taking a daily stroll with the family. Take regular walks. After dinner with the family, a walk instead of a drive, or take the dog for a stroll. Enjoy your favorite TV shows, but get up and take an exercise break during commercials. When reading, get some exercise after every 6 pages. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website at www.news.gov.dm. Friend us on our Facebook page and be sure to like our GIS Dominica fan page. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News Desk, thanks for watching and join us again next time for National Focus.